this in terms of calamities, earthquakes, wars, whatever it is. And in triage, we also painfully and regretfully abandon people who will die anyway. Because we know that even if you dance in front of the gods, nothing will happen to those patients who will die anyway. And so you focus your efforts on those who will likely survive and who are important to survive. Life is also like this. Every day, every one of us in this room face 40 passengers. Passengers that come in the form of emails, phone calls, people, friends, loved ones, ambitions, and dreams. And we all feel like we have to save all of them. But at the end of every day, we know that we don't. And yet every day we still wish that we don't. And every day we still attempt to save all of them. Successful people don't do this. Successful people practice triage. And that they have the courage to say no to things that they know that even if they're pretty important, they must be let go. If you look at the successful folks, you guys know who these are?
Yeah.
Yep. Those, who are these folks? Richard Branson, Jackie Chan, Jack Ma, who else? Steve Jobs. When I was younger, I called him Warren Buffet. Married is Warren Buffett. And then you have Bill Gates and Oprah. If you look at their books, if you look at their biographies, there's one thing common among all of them. And I'd like to think that Warren Buffett says it best. He says, for every 100 opportunities presented to me, I decline to 99 of them and only focus on one big thing and make a name out of it. Trying to spread myself too much on things I'm not good at or I'm too ambitious to achieve will only make myself weaker. You look at Steve Jobs, you look at an Apple store today. How many things can you buy in an Apple store? Let's count, come on. An iPhone, what else? An iPod, what else? MacBook, an iWatch. Life. You want to become the next Taylor Swift, the next Mahatma Gandhi. You want to become everything. You still have that power to say, I can't be everything. Because in the age of digital media, hyper-specialization is the way to go. And so you're able to say no. When Steve Jobs was asked the question, Steve, what is one thing you're very proud of in Apple today? And he says, I am as proud of what we don't do as I am with what we do. Deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do. In other words, it's not a question of the things that you accomplish by volume. It's also a question of quality. I love this quote because it tells us that your success tomorrow is not just dependent on what you write down in that to-do list today. It's also dependent on what you decide not to write down because it's only going to distract you from the bigger things that you ought to accomplish. I want to